Howdy. Well, I've done sort of broad perspective videos about my various mouse guns, but I thought I'd do one's individual on some of them. And this one I'll start with. This one you might say is my shaken not stirred gun. This is a Walther PPK. Now, I bought this in 1986 or 1987 or something like that at a gun show in Albuquerque. I was living in New Mexico at the time. And it's a beautiful little thing. It's in really bad shape. It was through the ringer. This is a World War II vintage gun. And it's lost all its bluing. It's pretty rough. But as with usual with Walthers, it just works. Well, I bought this. This is a Safariland holster that I bought for it ages ago. And I gave this to my dad, basically because he was living out in the middle of back of beyond and he had absolutely no protection. And I thought, Dad, you need something. And he refused to get like a revolver or anything like that. So I thought, okay, fine. What can I afford to part with for a while? Well, I thought forever. So I gave him this. And we went out to the range and he practiced with it and went, okay, I know how it works, and then put it away. When he passed away, I found this sitting in the drawer of his bedside table. And I went, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, this is it. It's a standard Walther PPK, 32 auto. It's not much, but in a pinch, anything is better than throwing a rock. It's for its age, it's a pretty sophisticated thing. It's blowback only. See, it is empty. It has a magazine slide hold open, but unlike others of this kind, well, normally you can just pull that out and it would stay open. But interestingly, this safety, it also acts as a decocker. The takedown is pretty interesting. What you do is you pull this trigger guard out, and it will hang on the edge of the frame here. Once that's done, bring back, lift up, and go forward. And that's it. That's the full takedown of a Walther PPK. Very, very simple. The system works flawlessly, and I have never had a jam or a misfire with this thing, ever. And this thing is older than I am, and I'm crowding 70. So this is a pretty darn good machine. After the war, they were made in France. They were made in, well, I think they're made in America today. And you can get the PP, the PPK. During the 1968 gun control mania period, with the point system, you could no longer import these from Europe. So they created the PPKS, which basically was a PPK frame with a PP slide on it, which gave it just a slight bit longer slide, which was just enough to meet the point system. It didn't make any sense, but then the ATF never has made much sense. But this is a Walther PPK, and it's just as easy to reassemble. There it is. It's a beautiful little thing, and it normally just sits here in my gun room these days. I haven't fired this in 40 years, but I don't know. When I first bought it, I put, 10 or so magazines through it. Had a wonderful time at the range, and it worked pretty good. And my dad, I know he put about another few, maybe 5 magazines through it to become familiar with it. I don't know if he shot it any after that. I never did ask. But, this, like I said, this was what was sitting in his bedside table for ages and ages.